Okay, boom, here we are once again, pulling the pin with my teeth in many cases on the pin. I fucked this up, haven't I? The pin from the purple hand grenade of politics, civil discourse, and mid-20th century butt plug design. I don't fucking know. This is somewhat off the cuff, as you can probably tell. I want to talk about something which Sargon of Akkad has brought up twice on his Thinkery channel, which is this business I'm looking down, because I just watched the second one of the videos now. On ABC doubles down on the privilege rap. I don't know if you saw it. It will make you fucking cringe. ABC broadcaster in Australia put this privilege rap up, which was explaining the concept of privilege to kids and why white people are privileged effectively, right? And Sargon of Akkad had his take on this, and I don't really disagree with anything he said on that, but I have a different perspective. No, I don't have a different perspective on that. I have an extra perspective from that I want to bring to the table here, because my wife's a teacher. She has been for over 20 years, and she's a very, very good teacher. She's assessed by Ofsted fairly regularly and by internal assessments, and she gets an outstanding almost every single time she's had an outstanding, which is pretty good going, right, in the teaching world. And she's used as an exemplar for the teachers. She's a trainer of other teachers, and she has teachers come into a class to see how you should deliver lessons. And she teaches this kind of stuff, right? She's taught history, geography, religious education, and she's taught ethics and morals, talking about subjects like civil rights, death, euthanasia, abortion, you name it, right? Really touchy, hot topics, racism. And the way that these videos, because the thing with these videos is that they're framing it. They made the original video, and now it's we can't believe well, I suppose the bad rap that our rappers got, right? All we're doing is just giving information to kids. The way they've given this information, I can tell you, is the wrong way, and it's regarded as the wrong way, because what they're doing is, it's portrayed as if they're challenging the kids, but that's precisely what they're not doing. I'll tell you how you challenge the kids, because my wife has done it on a regular basis. She's made that a stock in trade, which is that you get the kids to explore the concepts themselves. So if you were talking about privilege, for example, you would ask them, what do they think the concept of privilege means? And I know this because I've gone through it, because she sits, right? She sits there, right, doing her stuff, while I sit here editing my stuff, and keeps interrupting, frankly, the much more important work I'm doing, shouting at people, right, to get my help. What do I think about this? What do I think about that? How will this lesson work? How will that work? Anything you think you could add to it. So I've gone through all of this. And what she would do is she would say, what do you think privilege means? Then she'll give them a definition if they can't arrive at it as a group. She might give them some tasks, pair them up, put them into groups. But what she'll be trying to do is to challenge them. What groups do you think might, given this definition that we now have, what groups do you think might constitute as privilege, and in what ways, and how might that manifest? And is it a bit more complicated than that? And what counter arguments might those groups make? So the kids are arriving at this for themselves, right? They're smashing these ideas together. The objections come at the same time as the arguments are made. Whereas this is just a fait accompli. This is dressed up as challenging kids, but it isn't challenging them at all. It's just fucking preaching to them from one particular political perspective, which is the one thing that you're not really supposed to do. You're not supposed to do that. There's nothing wrong with a political perspective. There's nothing wrong with the kids arriving at it, and if they don't arrive at it, there's nothing wrong with throwing it into the mix. Or if that's all the kids arrive at, you throw the opposite into the mix. And then the kids start smashing these ideas together and arrive at some of these things themselves. That's the right way to do it. What they did in this privilege rap, it reflects very badly, actually, in Australia. If this is what they regard as good teaching practice, it isn't regarded as good teaching practice over here. I can tell you that, because all you're doing is lecturing kids on social issues, and that's not what you are supposed to do. What you're supposed to do is allow the kids to flesh out these ideas for themselves, right? And it's amazing how good I hear I get feedback from my wife. She'll come home and I say, how did that lesson go that you were, and she'll say, well, you'd be amazed what they came out with. They immediately came out with this and that, and then this argument, and that counter came out, and some of the kids thought this and some of the kids thought that, and they discussed this and debated it and arrived at this position. It's amazing how some of these lessons have panned out over the years. That is the right way to do it. What this channel has been doing is the wrong way to do it.